What you watchin'?
Nice and easy today. Got 3 titles, one for each of us. Giggler, we're going to start with you. Why don't you tell us about, in a spoiler-free way, I guess, because I haven't seen it yet, Why Did You Kill Me on Netflix?
Yeah, this was one of those ones that I love, the top 10 right now and on Netflix.
Yeah,
That's like where I find anything that I ever watch. Like if other people are watching it, it's worth a shot. Usually that's where the newer stuff pops up. So this is a 1.5-hour long documentary about a murder, and basically there's I cannot remember her name. This is one of I did a mindless watch on this one. Only had
That's okay.
halfway
That's all right.
paying attention. So Mike,
and you watched it too,
fill
PC.
me in
And PC Mike
any-
watched it too, so we got a double team here. I like it. I like it.
So basically, the family, it was her sister, her younger sister, basically catfished this gang that was potentially involved with this murder of this like teenage girl.
Okay.
Basically, there was like a shooting of a car in a neighborhood, and like, but at the same time, there was like some cars that were like driving around that was like there's like suspicious activity that was kind of related to gang wars.
Okay. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know
like,
anything about this
in this area. So, evidently they kind of had an idea that it was this part of this gang, and this was in the days of like MySpace.
Yeah,
and
MySpace.
the whole story, which I'll keep it spoiler free because you should definitely watch it.
So it's okay. So takeaway is 1.5 hours and it's good.
Yeah,
I like
you
that.
should watch it.
Better than some
You
of these
agree
like.
Yeah, I mean, it was different.
For true crime, I think this is, especially for where we grew up, because this all has to do with MySpace, which is ridiculous.
Yes.
Like, I think that the way that they put the documentary together was good and bad. Like, I really liked like how they kind of framed all the MySpace stuff. Basically, it's she creates like a fake profile of this girl, and then tries to like get in the DMs of all these gang members, like puts them all in
And she knows their gangs.
Yeah,
Like, she's like,
she puts
it's on
them all-
purpose.
They're in the community too. They're kind of a sketchy family.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Where does it take place?
California, LA,
And
Yeah,
you said it was like, so it's like early 2000s.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. I think 2006 was the time frame.
Okay.
But basically, yeah, she just gets as much information as they can, and they end up kind of getting the case reopened.
Right. Okay.
And then I won't say much more, but
No,
the
it's good.
good parts, Mike, I bet you will completely agree with this, but like the good parts was like the MySpace stuff and how they like
Agree.
showed that on screen. It's just kind of like a throwback, kind of like
Takes
the
you,
Blockbuster
get the
movie
the nostalgia.
Yeah.
or the Blockbuster documentary we talked about like a few months ago.
Last Blockbuster or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
I always like those true crime that like take place during like our childhood, and then they have to use that technology and they talk about it. It's always just super interesting to like look through that lens.
but I hated like the camera angles of like the old woman, like where she's just like a lot of it is like this. Yeah,
This.
see this?
Yeah, because
this
it looks like
for
the
YouTube?
poster here is on YouTube. Yeah, it's like a toy, like a stop.
Yeah, they're like,
Is it stop motion?
no, it's literally
No.
like a car, and she's like, this is how it happened.
Basically, yeah. It's like a mock-up
She's
of like the
using toys?
neighborhood, and
Yeah,
like
she's
there's like
using
toys, and she's like, well, the car was here, and then they have like a little guy that's like the shooter, and it's like a little
he was here.
figurine, and she's like, he was right here, right? Just like it was so ridiculous looking, and like there'd be like long like cut scenes of her, like there'd be like the camera would be like next to like the car, and they like make it look like she was like really huge, and like she was just standing there. It was so weird, like because this lady was like yeah, like you said,
They're
some
a
shady-
family.
But
They're a
but
family.
overall, I can see you guys. You say go watch this.
yeah, for the true crime, and like it's
Nostalgia.
It's a good watch.
I didn't
Okay.
realize.
It's a crazy story.
The biggest
overall.
thing I took away from it, I didn't realize MySpace had IM messaging. I don't remember
Same.
that
Yeah,
at
I'm
all.
trying
I
to
don't
picture.
either.
I don't even remember like the.
Did you realize?
We were on the tail end of MySpace. I feel like we had it for like a
I
couple
guess.
years, right?
I-
2
I-
years, 3 years,
Yeah,
tops.
but
and then it hit its plateau. Like when Facebook released, like probably 2008. It was like
Yeah.
it's over.
Probably when Facebook Messenger became a thing, I bet MySpace tried it. Maybe that's when they were doing it. Because I agree, it looked like it was AOL and Messenger.
yeah,
not
I
like-
had no idea MySpace had
not
IM.
MySpace.
Well, in later years too, they probably came out with like an app and a different messaging
Yeah.
stuff. Okay, and MySpace is technically like still a thing. I believe it's like
Tom's
still
still
a thing.
running.
I think it's still like a thing that like artists use. It's like for music, like
I think
musical
you're right,
artists.
yeah, in some capacity. I tried to pull up my profile one day, but it's gone.
Oh yeah, man, how fun was that? You like update the backgrounds. I had like a Smallville background, And it would like play whenever you get there. It'd be like, somebody save me. Like, singing, like you could play like I had a playlist.
I wish we could pull these up right now.
Dude, me too. We'll try.
I don't know. Did I miss anything on that, Mike?
No, you hit it pretty much on the head.
I can't really say how it ended and all
No,
that.
that's enough for me to go watch it. How hard is it to sell a true crime thing to anybody?
Yeah. To me,
and it's an hour and a half. I like that a lot more than these 3 or 4 part bullshit things we've heard recently.
Yeah. I mean, I will say this. It feels like Netflix is just throwing out anything.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
there hasn't been one that I'm like, man, watch. There's no making. They're trying to find their next making a murder, and they haven't found it.
They're just throwing stuff at the wall. Well, guess what, though? Who can blame them? People just keep watching everything.
Yeah, I mean, I watched a thing about Mormons recreating documents for 3 hours. Like
you talked about it. Is that one that you recommend anyone go watch? Because I haven't seen it.
I mean, if you're bored like to tears, there's so much stuff out there though.
So
I just can't.
Yeah.
No.
There are better
There's
things.
better things.
We got to start drawing lines in the sand sometimes.
Have to.
And like here's the service that we're helping too. Like if you guys watch something, I watch something that I'm like, don't watch this. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
I think it's like our duty to tell people that.
This being an hour and a half, hour 20 minutes or whatever it is, it's fine.
This alone, just for the toy. I want to see this lady playing with these toys. So.
And like they were the cops were against us, and then like you see pictures of them all, and like he has gang tattoos, like the one guy that was in the car, and I'm like,
the lady that we're talking about did a lot of meth, and she admits to it in the documentary. So I'm not like calling her out or anything.
No, that's all right. So
it's weird.
It's Why Did You Kill Me? It's on Netflix. Big thanks to Heaven Horror for the picture here. You never know where I'm gonna grab these photos from. I always appreciate the help with it. Heaven Horror, and it's on Netflix. Why Did You Kill Me? It's an hour and a half. True crime. Go check it out. Next up, PC Mike's going to tell us about another show with an Always Sunny character. Wonder if next he'll talk about like twins with Danny DeVito. We got Mythic.
Taxi.
We got Taxi. I'm trying to think what else, like what D would be in. Charlie's in all sorts of
she's
stuff.
in the Mick.
Oh,
she's in the
that show
Mick,
is
and
not
then
bad either.
Charlie's in Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
All right, you were talking about Mythic Quest on Apple TV Plus. Tell us about it.
I just started it. Watched one episode. Of course, I watched it because of Rob.
Rob McElhenney?
Yeah.
I always say it wrong.
Yeah,
probably.
something like that.
It's
It's
something
very
Rob
close.
McElhenney, I think.
McElhenney.
Thanks.
That sounds right.
Something like that.
I always go for it.
But no, it popped up on Apple TV Plus, and the new season comes out in 2 weeks. So I figured I'd try it. It has pretty high ratings. It's about they have Mythic Quest, and it's a huge video game.
Yep.
So they're like working there, and it's kind of like a comedy. Cricket from Always Sunny is in there.
Oh, great.
I think that's why I clicked
Sold.
it, because I love cricket.
Oh, every episode with cricket. So great.
But I've just saw one.
Okay, fair enough. Fair
I think
enough.
I will finish the season.
And then they came out with like a special.
Yeah. They came out with a special, and then season 2 starts like May 7th. I want to say something like that.
The special was like an office party or something.
Something like that.
That just came out.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it's pretty. It started off pretty good. There's the two main characters, and he's kind of an egomaniac so far in the first episode.
Runs the company, right?
Runs the company. It's his idea, and other people do it. And like here's the pilot episode. Like she put in one thing that she wanted in the whole new game,
and he's not
and
having it.
And he redid it was a shovel. And
he's got an ego.
He's got an ego, so he turned it into a weapon. He's like, people are just gonna draw dicks, and like in the end, you see like somebody drawing a huge.
And
dick.
he's pretty good in the show.
Yeah, so far he is.
And
Yeah,
you watched-
I've watched one episode.
Watch one
so-
episode. Have
I
you
think-
seen it?
No, I haven't, but I know this is like one of Apple TV's first
It was.
shows. I'm pretty sure.
It's been one of those things that like you just
I
didn't
didn't
keep
even-
seeing it, like the poster.
I didn't even know about it until like it was on the main screen.
I've been seeing the poster. I'll be honest. I've been seeing the poster since Andy, since you're talking about. It's probably been at least a year. Probably
Yeah.
coming up on 1 year because it's on season 2, so
Mhm.
it's been around.
And I figured if they're gonna have a season 2,
yeah, it must
might
be
as
going well.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Well, and then like, gosh, let's just give some kudos to Apple TV where you can. Like
Yeah.
they can't. I mean, that Palmer movie with Justin Timberlake was
I like to see
amazing.
that.
So you guys, yeah, absolutely, you have to go see it. Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso's awesome.
That's a must watch.
Must watch.
This has got my.
I'll try
eye now.
this.
Okay,
I'll try it.
Wait.
I'll let you know how it goes.
keep us posted.
Yeah.
All right, one more, and that was from that image from the Washington Post. Last up, Barry on HBO Max. I'm gonna give it up because we watched the whole thing this weekend.
Yeah, love that.
2 seasons.
It's an easy watch.
Well, for you, I'm
Yep.
just kidding.
It's
It
a
was.
mid-afternoon.
It was a Saturday. It was a Sunday.
That wasn't very nice.
What, giving you props for your binge
I'm
abilities?
just kidding.
You've been punny lately, like real punny.
I
real punny.
love puns.
And I feel like the more we do this pod, it's just gonna get worse. So
But what-
if you don't like dad jokes, you're gonna hate this pod probably.
Is Barry 8 episodes or 10?
So Barry, the season 2 was 8.
Okay.
Check season 1 for me.
I'll check
It was like
season
8 or 10. And here's the premise. If you've never seen it, this will be spoiler free because
It's 8.
It's 8. So 8 and 8. Season 1, season 2, 8 episodes. I think they come in around 50 minutes, 45. It's like
Maybe less
it's
than
like
that.
not an hour, but it's not a quick 25. It's like definitely in between. It's maybe around 40 minutes. And the premise is Hitman Barry, played by Bill Hader, of course, like from Saturday Night Live. He was also in that movie with LeBron James and Amy Schumer.
Oh man,
You remember what it's called?
oh.
That LeBron James movie with Amy
Shit.
Schumer?
Trainwreck.
Trainwreck. He's in that. Just in case you don't know who Bill Hader is, I definitely do. I've loved
Oh,
him
yeah.
as Stefan on SNL. It's like one of my favorite characters of all time. It's like the next hottest club in Chicago. If you're looking for it, it's got everything.
It's 20.
I love
It says 26 to 35 minutes runtime.
Okay, so it is a little
Little short,
quicker than I
yeah.
thought. But I think that is a good sign that I think it's longer because it's one of those shows that you don't really want it to end. You're always like, I hope there's more. And this guy ends up wanting to be an actor in LA, but he's a hitman. He's literally like an ex-military, spent some time in Afghanistan, and he like hires he kills bad people for hire. So it's kind of like a Dexter type show, but totally different kind of angle from it. Like he's living amongst people in LA. He wants to be an actor. He wants people to see him, where Dexter's more like hide behind the scenes, blend in. And it's really getting me to ask some like fundamental questions of like, man, sometimes you really are sympathizing with this guy, and you're like, I mean, he's a killer at the end of the day. So that's the show. I
Yeah.
definitely recommend it. So fun. It's on HBO Max. Go watch it. You've seen it. Peace and
Yes, I mean, awesome. One of the best secondary characters in TV right now, NoHo Hank, who plays Victor Zsasz in Gotham.
Yes, he
Oh,
plays Saz in Gotham.
Yeah,
He's great in this.
hilarious. Bald.
Yes.
bald guy,
Bald guy. Doesn't have any eyebrows.
Yeah, they're like shooting at him. He's like, "My guys are so bad. My guys are so bad, Barry."
And like at one point, I'll keep it like spoiler free, but like someone's pointing a gun at him, and he's real tough, and then it gets over. He goes, "Oh my gosh, that was so scary. That was so scary."
He's so good.
He's so good, hilarious. And also, who else is in this? Who played the Fonz? Who's the Fonz?
Henry Winkler.
Yeah.
Henry Winkler. He's a big role in this. He plays the teacher of the acting class.
Yeah. Monroe Fuches, is that how they say his name in here?
Fuchs.
He's one of those actors you see all the time. He's in Dodgeball.
He's in Dodgeball. He played the vampire in True Blood that Sookie's brother like locked in a basement. You might remember. He's in all sorts of stuff. He was in the. Trying to think what else. Oh, he's in Office Space too.
Yeah.
Have you seen my stapler? He's that guy.
What about the main girl in this? Doesn't he has like a love interest?
Sally.
I cannot remember.
Her name's
She was a
Reed.
big.
Her name's Sally in the
Actor.
show, but I don't know her from anything
Okay.
else.
Yeah, I was trying. I'm seeing her face, and I'm like, I can't think of what else she's in.
Well, and that's like, man, that you got a lot of like new people in this show, new actors anyway, at least to me, and they play these other actors that he's intermingling with. And man, it is such an interesting show. It's really about this like psychology of like maybe like a lot of people in LA, but they show you stereotypes, but then they like show them breaking the stereotypes and just show how all these characters intermingle. And like, it's a very much when is someone going to find out everything that's going on type show. Definitely recommend it. All right, go check out Barry. That was our What You Watching. Let us know what you're watching. Like I said, we're trying to get more fans mixed in. Today was all about Barry, Mythic Quest, and Why Did You Kill Me? With that, let's get into... Actually, let's take a quick break. Whenever we come back, we're going to get into the meat, MCU City, talking about Thor Ragnarok and The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Episode 5, the episode before next week's season finale. Stick around. We'll be right back.